Colony 9 joins the reused intro club, but I'm not sure if that's something to be proud of. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles. Last time, we finished up side questing in Colony 9, getting a lot of nice gems and some level ups all the way around. This time, we are heading out for some new locales to do even more side questing. Yeah, just letting you know, that's what the bulk of this video is going to be. Gotta make ourselves a little bit stronger before we go onward, because we are still no match for Zanza. So, to show more of how the world has changed since the body of the Biona shifted and the Mechanis was destroyed, I say we spend this time over in the Fallen Arm. I'd like to go to Digit 2 really quick just to show how different things are. Or rather, what would give me a better view of this is the distant fingertip. As you can see, the Mechanis is now completely kneeling in the water. And if we look up, that's all that's left of it now. We can no longer return there, just like I said before, so Agniratha, Central Factory, Mechanis Field, all those locations are now closed off to you. But on the bright side, the Machina that were living in the Fallen Arm do indeed still live here. They survived that spat with Egil up to the very end. How about we go see them? Starting off over by Junks, where else it really is the only landmark in the hidden village, we're gonna go over this pipe, and do you remember Rexit? He was the Machina that specifically would go out of his way to save Homs that might have fallen from the sword. I'm trying to find a good angle to talk to him from, but I just am starting to think that such a thing does not exist, so let's talk to him from up here. Oh, he looks over quite nicely. His body is no good. I need a more general purpose one, like a Homs. I assume from their expression. Like, okay, you want to live like 60 years as opposed to like 5,000 and, anyway. Well, he wants to rescue people that are in trouble. The problem is I have trouble rescuing people from the water. Water is a real problem for us Machina, you understand? Then why are you sitting right on the edge of the water? What if you fell in? I've been thinking about it and decided I want to become a Homs. As a Homs, I could go in water and rescue people anywhere. I've even thought of a way. I think I could do it with the right things. I admire your motives, but what you are saying seems hard to believe. Is it really possible for a Machina to become a Homs? To be honest, I don't know. But I want to try all possibilities. I will never give up. I am persistent, always have been. I want to be a Homs. We have multiple objectives in this quest. He needs multiple items. Who would have figured that it would take multiple objectives to, change species midway through life and not die? Well, okay. We'll just kind of see exactly what is going on as Melia really tries to use coarse language. Gotcha, friendio. Leave it to us, mates. Sorry, never get tired of that one. So let's take a look at our objectives here. Wow, I have none of these completed whatsoever. I'm gonna be back. As always, you can see in the bottom bar exactly where you're supposed to get these items. There were no trades for those Lexos items whatsoever, so, nothing personal, Melia, but I'm gonna make you go out into Valak Mountain dressed the way you are now. I am so sorry. If you're gonna go out by the wreckage beach to look for those Flamee legs, be very careful. After Mechanis Core, you'll have this thing wandering around. Ancient Daedala, level 105. I recall Egil stating that Yaldabaoth was the most powerful Mechon ever built, but apparently he was keeping that thing a secret just in case Yaldabaoth failed and Shulk didn't persuade him. Seriously though, that is a major change that occurs all throughout the world after Mechanis Core. There are a few enemies wandering around that are over level 100, something that we have not seen up to this point. These are known as the super bosses, and for those that are curious, yes, I will be taking them on at a later point. But for now, even though there have been Japanese players I've seen that have taken them on at like level 75, I am not that good, quite frankly. Got everything you asked for. Let's see if Leonata can actually do something for you. The fact that he called them ingredients and says he's going to mix them together kinda scares me, to be honest. What do you think? Am I looking more like a Homs? Still exactly the same? Really? Why isn't it working? I did exactly like he told me. Hold on. There was something not quite right about him. He was what? I've heard snickering, but that sounds bad. It looked like my friend tricked me. Sorry for making you go to all that trouble for nothing. I should have known that becoming Homs is too much to wish for. Never mind, I can still do my job with this body. After all, I managed to save Natalia and Carlos, didn't I? I hope I was of some help. Well, okay, as long as you're pleased with yourself and you came out of it like that, maybe it was not a complete and total waste of time. So we'll carry on rescuing people as a machina. Complete that, we get our Gemini gauntlets. Not only that, but he has another side quest for us after completing that one. Ugh, why am I so useless? Is rescuing people the only thing I'm good for? That's a pretty darn good thing to be good for. Like, if that was all I was good for, I'd feel pretty darn good about myself. You know, like a fireman or something. Do you think you could hear me out again? Sorry about all this. You know what? The dangerous monsters around the village have increased. It's not only the Mechon. Now even the Ponios are crazy. A lot of the villagers have been attacked. We can't let this happen. I'm a rescuer. I'm not cut out for fighting. I'm utterly useless. I was just wondering whether there were any fighters who could help. Useless? That's not true. You're amazing. Exactly what I was saying. See, Charla and I can even agree on things from time to time. Leave the fighting to me. I'll show those monsters who's boss, says the lowest damage character. But oh well. I'm not gonna harp on that because the sentiment was definitely good. We are definitely sure it's okay. We have Powerless. I don't know why I said that with such a gusto, considering how negative of a title it is. We get an auto heal up 3 gem for this, which is one of the most useless gems at all. It just means that you're going to recover HP quicker after a battle when your HP automatically goes back up. It's kind of lame. And if we look at our quest log, we can see that once again we have many different objectives. In total, we need to kill 16 enemies. Probably the most we've ever had to kill for any sort of monster quest of any kind. So we're gonna be a while. Funnily enough, I never actually had a reason to go out onto Digit 1 ever, so by going out there to hunt these Antals, I discovered a new location. Also worth noting, if you're gonna go out onto Digit 1 to hunt the Antals you need for this side quest, Powerful Eligos. I would recommend steering clear of him if you are not using a very optimal party, like me. Well, okay, that's not completely fair. The party that I am using, once you have all their skills unlocked, are actually pretty dang good. It's just that for the time being, they're not that optimal. Alright, we're back. I don't know why I suddenly sound Irish, but I guess I do. Now the villagers can finally sleep a bit better at night. Good, it was our pleasure, once again. Seems like we hear that one a lot. I seem to have Charlotte in the lead of a lot of these quests, but hey, I guess she just comments on a lot of them. Feel like I finally see what we should be aiming for. That's also thanks to you. We complete that, we get our, quite frankly, useless gem, but hey, I guess it looks nice. I could use it as a paperweight on my desk. What? Do you seriously not believe me when I say that auto heal up doesn't have any use? Well, okay. How about we get a second opinion and consult XenoWiki on this one? Auto heal up. Strategy. This section is a stub. Please help by expanding it. As you would guess, he has one more quest for us. Hello again. I've been thinking about something lately. Can you guess what? Do you want to be a Homs again? You better not want us to kill things. So he wants to strengthen his body. It's impossible to become a Hom, so why not be a strong machina? I need a strong body for rescue missions, but I also need to be able to stand up to those monsters. You helped me out last time, but I can't rely on you forever. We need to be able to defend the village if the worst happens. That's all I have to say, so will you help me? Keep your chin up. We should be able to help. We should help each other when we need it. We'll help you just like you helped the Homs. Thank you. And after you have already done so much for me, are you sure you are willing to do this? Well, it just kind of popped up, and I guess we can choose to accept it. We have Power Up. We need to get 5 silver Antal fibers. They are rarely dropped by Antals, but you might already have them because you did need to hunt Antals for that side quest that we just did. And there are some, there are actually Antals that you don't need to hunt that will attack you should you attack the Antals that you do need to attack. That's what I'm trying to say here. They look really strong, but they're so flexible as well. Yeah, I've heard that like a spider silk, at least in our universe, that if you had like a strand of steel that was like as thin as like a spider silk, that the spider silk could be stronger. So I don't know. I guess I can believe these being strong. Seems like it worked. I feel lighter than ever. I feel stronger too. It's like there's energy coursing through me. Oh, what a relief. Another problem solved. Our success is down to your unwavering effort, Fiora. Whoa, she like, Fiora, are you like doing back exercises or something? Dude, she's like doing the robot. It's how fitting for what she is now. Right now, I feel ready to rescue people no matter where they are. And monsters, bring them on. I'm sure I can protect the village. It's all thanks to you. I owe you so much. Well, you know, Bring It On is a really good battle cry. I can definitely speak from experience on that. It really helped me out one time in the past. Not gonna specify when then, in case you haven't watched that Let's Play, of course. So that does it for all of Rexit's objectives, and of course I fall right in. Well, hopefully water's not a problem for Mechon like it is for Machina. With Rexit helped out and no closer to becoming a Homs, just settling for who he is, we have one more chain of side quests that I want to do on the Fallen Arm, and believe it or not, this should be the very last side quest on the Fallen Arm to do it all. This would mean that Mechonis is the very first region where we are completing every single side quest that is in it. Was not really that difficult, no generic monster quests or anything like that. I would say Mechonis for life, but it no longer exists, so yeah. If I'm wrong about this being the last one, you'll see it on screen right now. Future Me should put it on there. John really did get me in the habit of calling it Future Me. But if that's the case, we have definitely saved the best for last. This has been alluded to so many times by so many Machina. Orcitix is that 2,500-year-old Machina that is stuck with the body of a child that we met the first time we came here. And considering how sensitive he is about his inability to grow, it's great that I'm saying it so loudly in my speaking voice. Let's talk to him. You look strong. I've been waiting for someone like you to come. What's bothering you? You probably know that the village is really short of people. There are indeed a lot of monsters in this area, and they aren't really enough to defend the village. Then there are other jobs like fixing things and finding food. I can see how the few of you here would struggle with these tasks. Everyone else is working so hard, but I can't do a thing. My body's just stopped growing, you see. I'm stuck as a kid. I'll never be able to help everyone like this. I'm nothing but a burden. Is that what you think? Did someone say that to you? Didn't you just decide that's how you wanted to label yourself? Don't look so angry. I got it. Won't you help me? Okay, I'll help you, but you gotta stop feeling so sorry for yourself. Really? I'll tell you a list of things to get. Once you've found them all, we just need to find an engineer. Shulk can make anything you need. He's good at such things. Leave the collecting up to me. I'll do my best. Thanks. Tell me what I need to find. Yeah, it'll be kind of important. So we need a transmission bypass and an exhaust pump, a mini reactor. Understood. I will find them. Dunban just loves talking with lots of periods. We have stunted growth. We get a haste 4 and agility up 5 for this. There are multiple objectives that we need to do, though. And actually, every one of these is its own quest for some reason. I don't get why it's not just a 3-objective single quest, but yeah. We have transmission bypass, the exhaust pump, and the mini reactor. I don't get it either, but okay. Thanks for all this. Now I can become a proper adult. Mom's gonna be so happy. Now, it might seem a little bit strange why I saved this particular quest until now, but aside from the Mechonis core prerequisites, these enemies that you need to hunt to get these items are actually quite strong. You cannot trade for them. They are just flat out dropped by enemies. Here we have the offensive striker unit. I should probably zoom out the camera so we can actually see what we're doing in this fight. And let's do it. And oh no, yeah, we don't have anti-mechon weapons. I completely forgot about that. I'll be right back. Odds are you don't have your anti-mechon weapons equipped anymore, especially since I recommended that you de-equip them just to kind of give yourself better stats. You will want to hang on to them for various purposes such as this. There are those rare, odd instances where even though there's very few mechon left in the world, you'll just need to fight them for some arbitrary reason, so the anti-mechon weapons do still have some slight uses. Get close to a chain attack, let's get it going. Yes! Let's go for the Soaring Tempest! And Melia, you can do this, and Fiora. Actually, no, we don't have Fiora in the party. For whatever reason, I thought we did. I thought I was going to get a chance to show off our new talent art sword drones, too, that we got from those drones. Oh, well. Got our transmission bypass. We completed the first of those 4 quests. Still don't get why they separated them into 4 separate ones. Next off, we need to go to the connecting bridge, because the second monster that we need to hunt is on Digit 4. Got Fiora in the party this time, but I think I want to have Shulk in the lead for this one. You'll see exactly what I mean. The enemy that we need is the offensive hover unit, which security unit, seeker unit, worker bee unit. Wow, they really do have every type of unit other than what we need to hunt. Where is it? Do I want to go past here? This is actually where Digit 4 technically begins, so let's see. Perhaps there. Wow, this is actually a pretty neat looking area. I like those, we've seen those like twin connecting bridges before and all that though, but just like how it's all lopsided in the water. Just kind of shows like how haphazard this area was whenever it crashed off of the Mechonis and splashed down into the sea. Wait, digit 3? What? It's supposed to be digit 4. What the hell? See, this is what I mean. You get so turned around sometimes in this place. Like, to me, it really looked... Oh, digit 4 is off of the map right here, just barely out of view. See, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Every now and again, when navigating the Fallen Arm, you get really turned around due to just all the walls in your way and how complicated the map is. I'm not really complaining much because there's only like one place like that, but it is just kind of lame, and that's why I did say on my first visit that I really don't like navigating this place any more than I have to. Once I can skip travel places, I will do it. Either way, we've discovered digit 4, and I don't know why I'm going out for item orbs because I really don't need them anymore, but offensive hover unit. Reason why I suggested having Shulk in the lead for this is that this thing has really nasty spike attacks. I'm gonna use Monado Purge on it before it has the chance to get a single one of those off. Mainly, I'm just gonna see how well I can do this. And do we just do 1 damage? Oh, Ricky doesn't have an anti-mechon weapon, of course. I guess it's not too big of a deal, because I mainly just wanted him here as a healer, and I did not mean to use Monado Speed there. Crap, that's bad. Yeah, things got really bad because I misclicked and used Monado Shield, plus Ricky didn't have an anti-mechon weapon. Somehow I managed to get a chain attack going after really struggling for a while. I was just gonna kind of cut it there because I thought I was as good as dead when Fiora went down, but apparently not. I'm gonna go for the say sorry here and... Right, no anti-mechon weapon. That's gonna become a common occurrence, isn't it? I'm just having so much trouble remembering whether or not I have an anti-mechon weapon. Are you kidding me? Oh, I do have another segment of the party gauge. For a second there, I thought I lost when he had like a sliver of health left, and I'm like, you know, if Ricky just had the anti-mechon weapon, I would have won, but... Wow, okay, Fiora was dead, I had no more revives. Shulk... Wait, what? What? I completed the quests, but I'm dead? Am I just gonna... Okay, good. Wow, that was a close fight if I ever saw one. Would have gone really smooth if I remembered to equip that anti-mechon weapon, but... damn, that was really close. That'll be one to tell stories about in the future. And then the very last one that we need to hunt is over on Digit 2 Plane. We need to look for the experimental M86. There it is over here. It's just kind of in that place where we fought that Terex all that time ago. You know, that one that I was warning about? This one, much like its brother, has really mean spike attacks as well. And don't worry, I didn't forget the anti-mechon weapon this time on Ricky, so we should be good to do this. Why can't everyone just be like Shulk and Fiora? You know, natural ability to harm mechon no matter what you do. It's really nice. Lower chainsaw. Okay, topple and lots of damage. Can we maybe get topple going on it? No, it's resistant. Oh well. Or I can just build up the chain attack all the way right when I really need to inflict daze on it. This will bypass him resisting it. So there we go. Break. I wanted to show Fiora's talent art, and I do have it, but I think it's more important to stop that vision from coming true for now. If I get a 5th attack in this fight and Fiora gets to go again, then I'll definitely do that. And wow. I didn't notice how bad that spike damage really was. Let's daze it, and okay, good. That's it. We got all 3 of the items that were asked of us, and we needed Shulk to go back there in order to assemble those 3 items into one, so let's see exactly what that did. And I guess it kind of worked out that we had Shulk in the lead to deal with those mean spike attacks, because now that we have all 3 of the items, we need to go back and see Orcitix, have Shulk construct the item. We've got all 3 components. Have you really got them all? We kind of have them right here. Dunban wouldn't let us rest until we had every one. Wow, he acts so cool-headed, but I guess he really is intense. Dunban is intense. You heard it here first. So he always puts full enthusiasm into whatever he does. It's one of his strengths. That's the impression I got. Right, better start working on the growth device. It's finished. I'm pretty sure this will work. Just use it once every day. There's no point overusing it. So if I use this, my body will get like an adult's? Yes, but I'm afraid you won't grow up overnight. It will just cause your suspended growth to restart. So it won't make me an adult straight away. Correct, you will just grow up gradually like everyone else. It's a bit frustrating, but I suppose that's what growing up is. Thank you. Now I can help out and finally make my mum proud. You're welcome. I don't know what I would have done without you and Dunban. Well, it was mainly Dunban, I just helped out. I'm so grateful to you and Dunban. You've changed my life. We get our nice gems for that, but that is not all. We get Dunban's Enthusiasm skill branch unlocked. How about we go take a look at that right now? By equipping Enthusiasm, Dunban's strength will go up by 10 points. You bet I want to equip this. The skills for it are as follows. Charge Acceleration, 25% chance of granting haste, 30% for 15 seconds at the start of a battle. Counter Rage, increased chance of a counterattack by 10%. Ardent Strike, increased tension gained after a critical hit by 10 points. Deadly Determination, increases tension gained when using arts by 10 points. Blazing Aura, fills the party gauge when activating an aura by 20 points. This is basically like getting a happy every time Dunban so much as uses an aura. So you can bet I'm very enthusiastic about this Enthusiasm skill branch. Got that equipped right away, and are we done on the Fallen Arm? Well, you know, typically whenever I do any of these side questy videos, we usually view a heart-to-heart alongside them to kind of add some flavor to it and some character development, you know? Just so we're not doing side quests the whole time, but instead have some kind of, you know, character involvement as well, not just their comments. And I think this is a heart-to-heart that pretty much everybody has been waiting to see. Near the Silver Wreckage, over on the beach where Shulk and Fiora were finally reunited, there is a heart-to-heart where Face Nemesis rests. And not just because I'm a sucker for potential romance, but also because I think this area looks particularly gorgeous at this time of day. We're viewing it in the sunset. Just like old times. Dunban's ending battle quote? Okay. Shulk, can I ask you a favor? Just a little one. Absolutely, if you think it's something I can help with, I mean. Yes, it has to be you. This sounds important. What do you need me to do? Never mind. It's fine. Are you sure, Fiora? I don't mind what it is, just ask if you need to. You sure you won't mind? Something's really bothering you. You never used to hide stuff from me back at the colony. I know I didn't, but that was a long time ago, Shulk. And if I tell you, I know you'll get angry. Maybe, maybe not, but you'll have to ask to find out. So, what's it to be? Okay, here I go. Just don't get mad, please. We talked about this before, but if my body doesn't last... Fiora, stop right there! You said you wouldn't worry! That's why I told you not to get mad. I know this isn't the first time the subject's come up. But how do you know I'll ever be like I was before all this? I don't care about any of that. None of it matters as long as I get to be with you. You'll always be my Fiora. What about everyone else? You're fine with it, but other Homs, I know what they'll think of me. And I don't want them to tar you with the same brush. Then we'll move to somewhere they can't look at you. Ryan and Dunban would follow us. I know they would. Shulk, thank you. Hearing you say that makes me happy inside. But I can't drag everyone away from their own lives. Maybe not, but I'll be there with you either way. Really? You'd leave everyone else for me? You're not just saying that to make me feel better? No, I promise. I'll never leave you. So you'll have to promise me that you'll never forget it. While that one might not be the sweetest heart-to-heart, and Shulk is definitely still a little bit thick-headed when it comes to this kind of thing, he's definitely better than he was back at Colony 9. Personally, I think, believe it or not, the less happy options on this heart-to-heart are actually really sweet. Yeah, it's kind of odd. The happiest way that you can go is more bittersweet, but I personally really like the direction that this takes if you choose the other options, which you'll see in a moment. Then again, you should be checking out all the different options on these heart-to-hearts. They are all really good. But that's it for now. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles, we'll be returning to the Bionis and seeing just what else has changed around there now that we are done on the Fallen Arm. See you guys then.